Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the next episode of the Wrestling Roundup series. So, what are we doing? Well, why was I high here last week? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing a lot of repairs with the living room, so I do apologise about that, guys. And also, I just got so annoyed with the Superstar draft, and I decided not to do an episode last week. I was still reeling from Kofi Kingston BS. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here now, so let's get started with the Wrestling Roundup. So let's talk about what happens on Raw. We're still dealing with the Bobby Lashley, Lana, Rusev BS, and this is actually, it's not as good, and it's not good, but it's okay. I mean, Rusev's getting screen time, Lana's getting screen time, Bobby Lashley's getting screen time. Okay, fair enough. Those two can wrestle. Okay, I'm happy with that. You know, those two can wrestle, and okay, they deserve some screen time. Do I think the storyline is a good one? No, Vince, you just really have a hard on for fucking soap opera BS. So yeah, let these two go. If this is going to lead up to the match in Saudi Arabia, then go yourself. We had the Superstar draft last week and this week, and why? We knew that some certain superstars were going, and some certain superstars were staying. The champions should not be drafted, or the champions should be drafted to say yes. But before the draft even started, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, the Raw Tag Team Champions, which were at the time Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. We'll talk about that in a second. For Raw, and I think the United States Championship is on Raw now. I could be wrong on that one, but I can't remember who it is actually. And Shinsuke Nakamura, Kofi Kingston at the time, again, ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown Tag Team Champions and the SmackDown Women's Champion will remain on their brands, and then they should just have the draft with non-champions. That should have been a bit better. But either way, there were people that were drafted that you knew were going to be drafted, and people that you knew were not going to be drafted. Biggest case in point, Fiend going to SmackDown. What? Why the Fiend? Why is the Fiend going to SmackDown when he's been in a feud with Seth Rollins? I mean, if they're going to end this at Crown Jewel, which they're not, because in Glasgow for the UK tour coming up, they've just announced that Seth Rollins is facing the Fiend in a steel cage match in Glasgow. So what the hell, WWE? It's like, if they have Bray on SmackDown and the Fiend on Raw, that makes more sense. But still, whatever. Also, ladies and gentlemen, WWE, I say that with a passion because WWE stole my idea. Quite literally, that's another reason why I didn't want to do the video last week. I was watching Raw last week, and it got to the part with the Firefly Funhouse with Bray, and Seth randomly finds the Firefly Funhouse. Beats up the Fiend, beats up Bray Wyatt, throws some of the pictures, beats him up some more, then says, burn it down, and then sets fire to the set. WWE, if you want to give me some royalties, that would be very much appreciated because you stole my idea. Now, okay, they may have had this idea before, but I had this idea on October 1st, 2019, in my live stream on how to book The Fiend to WrestleMania. That was my idea. I'm not even mad. I had an idea that was on Raw. Yay, that's really awesome. I'm happy about that. So, let's go from Raw to Wednesday Night War. Let's talk about NXT versus the AEW Dynamite. And I have been impressed by AEW Dynamite. I really have. Um, from a lot of people saying that they were just a t-shirt company to now actually beating NXT in the ratings. That they are sitting comfortably at a 1 point. I think the last week's episode was a 1.004, and they have not lost that many viewers. They haven't lost that many viewers, which I am impressed at. I'm quite shocked at, because I would have thought that they would have had a lot of viewership go down. But then again, it's been the first, this is the first month, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I mean, I'm really surprised that they somehow managed to beat Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa, Street Profits versus the Undisputed Era, Matt Riddle versus Adam Cole, Shayna Baszler versus Kylie Ray, and Roderick Strong versus the Velveteen Dream. Those four matches are pretty bloody good, and they still were able to beat that. I mean, NXT is sitting at like just under 800,000 viewers, and AEW is sitting at 1 million. It's like impressive. But what I've seen recently is AEW can beat Raw and SmackDown. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Do I think AEW can beat Raw and SmackDown? In the wrestling, I don't know. In the wrestling, no idea. I don't even know if they can do it. I really don't. But do I think they can actually work it out and somehow find a way to do it? Yeah, they've got Kenny Omega, they've got the Young Bucks, they've got Jericho, they've got former LAX, they've got Sammy Guevara, they've got Jack Hager, they've got Darcy Owens, they've got bloody Leva Bates. They've got so much potential and so much talent that, if I'm honest, they do. I do think they can actually beat WWE. I think they can beat Raw, and I think that they can definitely beat SmackDown. Sorry, they can. They can definitely beat Raw, and I think they can beat SmackDown. To say that, ladies and gentlemen, I think they can. Do I think it's going to happen by the end of the year? No. A lot of people are saying that it can be done by the end of the year. Absolutely not. I don't think it'll happen. Next year? Yeah, I think it could possibly do. I mean, they have a 5-year deal, and if they can somehow manage to beat WWE in the ratings, I'll be shocked. But I'm keeping my hopes down to relatively minimum, because look at WCW and look at ECW. Sorry, but I'm going to say that. Look at ECW with the crap booking they had, but they did manage to beat WWE for 83 straight weeks. I think they can do it, but they have to be smart about it. And speaking of shit shows, let's talk about SmackDown. Oh boy. I mean, what a mess of a show SmackDown is now with the draft, and then we'll talk about Blood Money coming up soon. This show has been topsy-turvy for a while now. I think it's actually been topsy-turvy since the premiere of SmackDown, with Brock Lesnar winning the title back. He's now a 5-time WWE champion and has been on TV less than a year. This is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. He's a 5-time champ. He doesn't, in my eyes, he doesn't deserve to be a 5-time champion. I'm sorry, he doesn't. I 2-time, 3-time. To be honest, 2 or 3 times, definitely. With the amount of time he's not there / isn't asked to work, I mean, it was able to take AJ Styles, AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan to great matches at Survivor Series, and then just squash Kofi. It's BS, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so annoyed and I'm so upset that Kofi lost the title, because Kofi has had an amazing run. The booking's been not great, but for the New Day, they needed something new. They needed something to basically kickstart their careers again, and this worked. This WWE Championship run was great. It worked. For some reason, Kofi was the champion, But Biggie and Xavier Woods were able to keep the title, were able to be there and help him get the title. That is amazing. That is a great story to go forward with. But WWE just pissed on it with having Brock Lesnar win back the title, and it's like we're back to status quo again. I mean, here's the thing: wouldn't it have been amazing if Kofi rolled up Brock? That would have been a shock. Like literally within the first 5 seconds, the 9 seconds, he goes for the F5, but he rolls up Brock 1, 2, 3, runs out of there, then have became the last guest stop. That would have been awesome. But instead, we just have Vince McMahon just being like, yeah, we want Brock Lesnar back in WWE. Oh, he wants the title? Yeah, fuck Kofi Kingston. We'll give him the title. Sorry, it sounds like he's got a sore throat. But it just, Kofi spent 11 years after the title, and it just felt like he was an afterthought for became the last guest stuff. And let's speak about this, because now, ladies and gentlemen, we do have Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez for the WWE Championship. And if they put the title on Cain Velasquez, I don't know what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen. This is Crown Jewel. This is the thing. They have not put for the last 3 shows, they have made a champion, but they have not put the title on anybody. And I am not looking forward to the 6th match as well, which we'll get to in a minute. This is a really dangerous spot to be in for WWE. Like, it's going back to Saudi Arabia and honoring this fucking 10-year deal. I've said it before, I've said it again. Just cut your damn ties. Just give the money back and just be like, screw this, we are not doing this. We are not going to Saudi Arabia. I mean, they've got Kevin Owens. They've not got Kevin Owens. They've not got Sami Zayn. They've not got Daniel Bryan, because Bryan's, I think it's Bryan, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Aleister Black, and quite a few others have either A, boycotted going to Saudi, or can't go due to political reasons, due to religious reasons, political reasons. Hell, fuck it, we still don't have women matches in Saudi Arabia due to the laws. Now, okay, you have to respect the law, but still, it's a big blow to the female wrestlers who want to try and get into WWE, who want to try and get Saudi to put on a show for them. But again, it's just Saudi Arabia just going, no, we don't want the female wrestlers because we still think women are inferior to men. And it's like, fuck off. It's just like, off. It's annoying. It gets annoying sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. I've said it before, like I've said, that this match should not be taking place. These pay-per-views should not be taking place, but they're still going to be taking place no matter what. Even if WWE now just decide to turn it around and go, right, we're going to give all the money back to Saudi, or we're going to give it all to charity, it still would defeat the purpose. And that's really upsetting. It really is for WWE. You guys have had no chance. AJ Styles, sorry, was it's the United States champion again. Sorry, I know. Sorry, jumping back. But this is the thing. If WWE really want to do these Saudi shows, then we're just gonna have to do it. We're just gonna have to suck it up. I mean, it's 10. It's 10 years. The deal's signed for 10 years, and they're gonna sign on for another 10 years after the fact, or they're gonna do another feud because WWE just don't care. And a lot of people say that WWE don't care. This time they genuinely don't care. They just don't care about their fans. They really don't. I can tell with AEW, and you know what? For the next 10 minutes, I'm going to talk about AEW because I really want to. Holy shit, has AEW been amazing? Like I said in the previously, AEW have been knocking it out of the park. We've had Chris Jericho just amazingly put over Ortiz and Santana, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, get over, if you haven't seen the promo from like week 2, I think it is, or week 3, go and watch the Chris Jericho promo where he puts over not only the Inner Circle, puts them all over individually, manages to get a reference to Eddie Guerrero in there, and also own the crowd and leave them on tender hooks about, owning Jake Hager with the We the People chants. That is a masterclass in how you cut a promo, and that is amazing. I mean, having, also as well, I think having this fresh wrestling style is really good. I mean, we've had Darcy, we had Darcy owner, we had Darcy taking on Jericho in a Philadelphia street fight. Okay, fine. He lost via the tap out, or he lost via stoppage or whatever, but my God, that put him over. That match put him over as a guy with his hands tied behind his, duct tape behind his back. My God, this guy was, he is impressive no matter what. They've always managed to find a way to put everybody over. And this is a 1 hour show, ladies and gentlemen, I think. They always find a way to put all the wrestlers over, make them feel like top stars, and also put over the fact that, yeah, we've only had 3 matches on our card, but they're fucking good matches. I think the best one I can think of is also having AEW Dark be put on YouTube. Put in what they want to put on YouTube. I mean, having AEW Dark on YouTube, that's good, because then you can actually build up more matches and you can build up more feuds that way. I think that's really good. I mean, also as well, having AEW's, being the elite and stuff like that and building up their stars via YouTube, I think it's great. It's a really good idea. Also as well, I just love the presentation of AEW. I think it's a really good presentation no matter what. And yeah, I mean, they're selling out arenas, and do I think they're going to be able to sell out more arenas? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I really would I would love to see them come over to the UK to do the O2 in London. I think that'd be amazing. I think that would actually be I think the test would be, would they be able to fill out an actual football stadium like the Jacksonville Jaguars? Would they be able to fill out that arena? And if they could, they're there to stay, no matter what. Even if they don't need to, even if they have like competition winners, or I don't think they've had one. I could be wrong on that one, but I really don't think they've had any like, so they've had a few seats not sold, or they've either sold out or they've not been able to make it. I've not heard of any like non sold out tickets. I haven't heard of them not being able to sell out tickets. I mean, since All In, they were able to sell out All In. They sold out All Out. They sold out Fighter Fest, I want to say. I want to also say they sold out Revenge of the Fallen, or something of the Fallen, or whatever it was. But yeah, I mean, this is it's so amazing that a company that has just literally started up, no matter what it started up, can still be able to do this and be on TNT, which is the old school rivalry from WWF to WWE, which is the oldest rivalry in history for wrestling, the WWF versus WCW. It's amazing, and I think that's really, really cool. I mean, again, do I think that AEW are going to be able to pull it out the park? I want them to. The talent that they have on their roster is amazing. Like the talent, just the talent that they have. Again, in the women's division, in the tag team division, in the singles competition, everything having to be within a time limit, everything that wins and losses actually meaning something. Cody getting the first title, having the first shot at Cody as Jericho because he's undefeated. That works. Having Darcy go for a number 1 contendership match with, Jimmy Havoc. Okay, a bit weird, but it meant something, and it meant something when Darcy won, because then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, can this guy do it? And you had that hope, and amazingly, the way they've been building him up, yeah, you felt like, yeah, he can actually do this. He can actually win. And he's still a top, he's now a top star. He main evented with Chris fucking Jericho in a Philadelphia street fight in Philadelphia and a sold out crowd. And I didn't hear one boo in the building, and that's not notorious for, Roman Reigns. It is a breath of fresh air to have AEW. And I really need to do an AEW show, but I feel like I'm gonna get I feel like I'm gonna get screwed over by WWE. So it's one of those things. Maybe on Daily Motion. But ladies and gentlemen, that has been. Oh yeah, need to talk about the damn Saudi shows and stuff like that. And one more thing: Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman are gonna have their match at Crown Jewel. I mean, again, this is to build up his credibility in the US. Nothing more, nothing less. But again, it's like any other show, Tyson, any other show, and I would have believed it. Here, I just don't, man. It's. I get that he needs to make his credibility in the US. I get that. Trust me, I do. But I'm just not a big fan of it. I'm really not. We've still got about 8 days until Saudi. In fact, yeah, when I'm recording this. Today's Wednesday, a week before Saudi, which is on Halloween. I'm not looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be completely honest with you. At least it's on a Thursday, so I can actually record the episode and then get it, get it good. I can get that done, and sorted. What the? Okay, I do apologise, guys. I've just a random ass email. My Mr. Acknowledgement. What? No, sorry, guys. It's something. Yeah, I do apologize about that. I'm just double checking some stuff. But yeah, that's been the Wrestling Roundup, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And when this episode drops, I will have an episode coming out about the Crown Jewel, show. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of the day, and I will see you later. TTFN.